Okay, so how to stop a drip here. I've got a drip going on, it's a slow drip. Got the water shut off, so it's not dripping right now. Forgot about that part. You obviously want to shut the water off before you do this. First, I'm going to have to take out the valve and I'm going to re-lubricate it with my silicone grease. This handle is a little funny. Usually there's a little set screw around the handle somewhere that you gotta undo with a hex or a screwdriver. This one, actually, I had to do this here, and this just spun. There was no set screw on the back or the front. So I just turn until it's unscrewed. And it was a little tight. I had to wiggle it. I already took it off once, but it popped off. So it actually just came off by itself. So I'm gonna try to do that again here. Oh, the whole thing's wanting to come out on me, but so took the handle off. Got this little blue guy here which regulates how much water there is, or how much hot water, or how cold it is. Okay, so this was still screwed in there. I had to pry this plate off. Usually these plates have screws on the sides of them and you unscrew them and then they pop off. This one had a grout line around it holding it, and that was all. So I popped it off with my 5-in-1, which led to here. And again, I already undid all of this, but obviously this is the part you really want to make sure the water's off for. There was 4 screws in each one of these corners. I unscrewed those guys, which pops this plate off. And then it leads to this. Sometimes you gotta wiggle this a little, just gently wiggle it till it pops out. On the back here, there's these 2 gaskets. Okay, and on each one of these gaskets, I am going to put a bunch of lubricant around. Typically, this does the trick. If it doesn't, we go get a new valve. We take the valve with us to the store to make sure it's the exact right one. But so all I'm gonna do is re-lubricate these guys. Both of these here, make sure there's enough. I'm gonna make sure that that's clear of any sort of debris around the holes there before I get done. And then I'm gonna pop this back in and put it all back, and that's it. All right, so long story short, the drip did not stop. Silly me, I noticed that this was loose right here, this part, and I thought maybe it was broken. So I went to the store, asked about it. The dude at the store went like this, and that popped off, duh. So there's another set of gaskets down here that I'm gonna lubricate and try again. He also told me that he ran in the same stem at his own house. And he looked and looked and looked. There was none in town. He had a custom order them because it's an older style valve. So if worst case scenario, it doesn't stop dripping after this, we'll have to replace the whole unit out, cut it into the wall. And at that point, I am going to say it's gonna be a plumber's job. So there we have it. Also, upon realizing that this plate comes off, I siliconed around the holes in here as well really well, just to make sure that we're good. I'm gonna silicone here, or essentially I'm going to be siliconing there, same area, just the opposite side.